been so fun to learn more about your organization. I'm a real newbie into this area, and it's something the public cares a lot about because you're basically the regulatory body of the care the sick people of this province are getting. So while you are the disciplinary body, you don't want to get too negative, as you said. There's so much positive stuff going on as well in the province.
Yeah, and thank you for raising that, because that's an important part, that when I mentioned earlier that our role is really there for the public, for your viewers, for every person out there, whether it's when they're sick and vulnerable or when they just want general health and wellness information. So, you know, by regulating registered nurses and nurse practitioners and setting those standards and those elements, we kind of define what's good practice. You know, what with the code of ethics, you know, what's expected of people would come from our organization. So when I mentioned peruse the website, you can find those resources there. But I guess one of the take-home messages has to be for the, you know, 0.0001% of a situation where somebody does have a challenge or a concern about a registered nurse. That is what a regulator is also given the legislative mandate to do, to investigate, to look at what remedial might be needed, to support whatever outcome that might be determined from the situation. So the public needs to know we're there, all the 17 health regulators, and they need to contact us if they have a concern. And that is one of the primary mechanisms by which we fulfill what government has asked us to do.
And it's nice to proactively educate ourselves about this, not wait until, God forbid, something's going wrong and you must deal with people where emotions are high and the stress level is through the roof. When you have an ill relative, that's real stress. So you must have been dealt with some really intense situations in your career.
Yes, and there is. I mean, health is near and dear to every single one of us, and when it's you or a loved one or somebody in your family that's somehow impacted, yes, you're right. Emotions, tensions, everything are high, but it's, you know, and even then, the ability to fully understand what's happening might not be there. So we are a place that you can have a conversation. You can determine what is expected standard of care. You can, you know, ask us questions, look at some of our materials, and if necessary, you can lay an allegation. That is a part of a regulatory role.
Well, to end it on a positive, I do want to reiterate what incredible comments I received from the public about you. You've made a real impact on so many people's lives throughout the decade, and you are one of those local heroes in Newfoundland and Labrador. So thanks a lot, and we have about a minute left. I'm wondering if you have final thoughts for our viewers out there.
Well, I guess it's, you know, it's thank you for the appreciation. I mean, registered nurses and now nurse practitioners are respected and trusted, and I think it's well deserved. And I'm glad we're behind the scenes, setting those checks and balances and being there to do our part to make this a better healthcare system. So, you know, take care, you know, and you know, reach out if you need us, either to get involved or to learn a bit more, or if it's unfortunate, you need us for other reasons.